Hello. Hi, everyone. How are you? Here I am, Nick, your English fluency coach, coming to you from London. Can you believe it? I'm in London. So I hope you can see me, and I hope you can hear me. Sorry, I look a bit tired. Need a bit more sleep. But anyway, I'm coming to you from my hotel room here in London. And I hope you can join for the free English conversation lesson. So I'm just going to wait a little bit until people come on. When you join, please say hi and leave me a comment. Give me a little like. Hello, thank you for joining us. Here I am, Nick, coming to you from London. And I hope you can hear me because I can't check it at the moment. And I'm using a basic microphone today. So trying to speak loudly for you. Hello. We've got someone joining us here. I'm not sure who it is, but say hello. Tell me if you can hear me and you can see me. I'm coming to you from London in the United Kingdom, in England, and I'm traveling in Europe at the moment. So I wanted to do a live lesson for you from Europe, and I'm just going to wait for your comment. So tell me if you can hear me. Say hello, leave a comment below. And so I'm traveling in Europe at the moment, and but I'm also still giving you live lessons or giving you lessons. And yeah, I was staying in Greece for 2 weeks. I was in Greece and then I came to London. And next I'm going to Paris on Wednesday. So I'm going to meet with some students there, and that's exciting. All right, so I hope this is going okay. I'm just going to assume that the sound is okay and the vision. All right, so today we're talking about TV shows and books. And I hope you got my lesson, my newsletter. If you are on my email list, you would get a newsletter, an email about this live lesson, and also about my new audio lesson that is on my website, talking about TV shows and books. So there are free audio lessons on my website. If you don't know about this, please use them. You can go to realenglishspeaker.com and you can go down the page and you will find free audio lessons about different topics. So in the recent audio lesson, I have a conversation with a friend of mine named Narelle. And this is like a podcast because you can just listen to it. You can listen to it on your headphones. You can listen to it anywhere while you're walking, exercising. And you can listen to a real conversation with Australian native speakers. And we talk about our favorite TV shows and books. So, hi, if you're joining me, say hello. Where are you from? Where are you watching from? Is it Sydney? Is it Melbourne? Is it maybe, you know, France or Italy or Brazil? Okay. So anyway, I'm talking about my my new lesson, which you can watch and you can use to improve your English fluency, your listening skills especially. You can listen to this conversation, and we talk at a normal pace. So it's not slow, like often, you know, English lessons are. It's a normal pace, and we use normal expressions and slang. So it's a chance to practice listening to these native speakers, a real conversation, and learn some expressions about the topic of TV shows and books. You can see the link above here, and you can listen to that later. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about this. And yeah, I'm just going to keep going. So some of the expressions from the lesson. which you can see on the Real English Speaker page, but I'm going to talk some more about them. So let's hope we've got good vision here. So in the lesson, Narelle and I talk about our favorite TV shows. She talks about a show, I forget the name. I think it's called Hotel, or Jessica Jones on Netflix. And she said she watched the whole series back to back. She watched it back to back. So what does it mean, watch something back to back? To watch something back to back. Back to back. So that means, you know, in a series, you usually have episodes. An episode is a part of the series, which goes for maybe 40 minutes or 1 hour. So when you watch it back to back, you watch each episode one after the other. Hi, Roy. Say hello. Can you hear me? Tell me if you can hear me. So when you watch something back to back, you watch it episode and then the next episode and the next episode. You don't take a break. You know, on Netflix, do you know Netflix? You should use it for your English watching. Practice your English listening. Netflix is great because you can watch an episode of a series and then it automatically goes to the next episode. You don't have to do anything. You can just keep watching. So my friend Narelle, she watched her series, Jessica Jones, back to back. She didn't take a break. Great. Thanks, Roy. You can hear me. Hello from London. Actually, I'm not in Australia. I'm in London traveling. And so anyway, she watches the series back to back. Do you like to watch series back to back, TV series? Like maybe for several hours, all night? So you will probably watch this video lesson later, because the lesson will be available on Facebook later, and you can also leave me a comment then, yeah? All right, so watching series back to back. That's one expression. Another one is binge watching. To binge watch. To binge watch something. To binge watch. What is binge? To binge is to do a lot of something. A lot. You know, not just a little, but a lot. For example, you know, you can binge eat. So that means when maybe you don't eat anything for a while, and then you have lots of food at one time. You know, you have a big meal, and you have some chips and burgers and pasta, and you know, you eat all night or something. Binge eating. So you can binge eat. You can binge drink. Sorry about the noise out here. You can binge drink. You know, alcoholics, maybe they start drinking a lot of alcohol, and one night you can binge smoke. Lots of cigarettes, maybe one packet very quickly. So we use it a lot. But we often say binge watch. I binge watched my favorite TV series. I binge watched the new Game of Thrones season. So it means I watched it, you know, for several hours, all night. I stayed up watching the show. And I watched it back to back, many episodes. Do you do this? Do you like to binge watch a TV series? Tell me in the comments. What TV series do you like? What is your favorite TV series? And also maybe, you know, what English TV series do you like to watch? So you can tell me in the comment here, what English TV series do you like to watch? What's your favorite TV series? And do you binge watch? Do you watch the series back to back? Don't forget, you can use TV shows and movies to improve your English. I'm going to talk about that soon. So I'm just going to quickly talk about some of the expressions in the audio lesson, which is available on my website, and some other expressions and language. Narelle said, get amongst it. Did you hear that in the audio lesson? Get amongst it. This is very modern, contemporary expression. Get amongst it. Actually, I don't really use this one, to be honest, but it is popular and common. Get amongst it. So to get amongst means in the middle of something, among. So it means get inside something, or so get amongst it means to get involved or start doing something, start immersing in something, doing it a lot. So she was trying to say to me, start watching that series, just really enjoy it and watch it lots, because she really highly recommends it. So Hang Lee, hello. You don't like watching movies, but you do enjoy listening to music. Great. Anything that you can listen to in English is going to help improve your fluency. So, you know, TV, film, or podcasts, radio, maybe conversations, you know, like I'm giving you in my my lessons, and YouTube videos, and music is great too. If you love music, listen to lots of English songs and find the lyrics, find the words, we call them lyrics, and read them. This sounds like simple stuff, but the important thing is to be motivated, isn't it? To do something every day. I'm studying French at the moment, so I have to really try to find things to do that are interesting for me in French. So anyway, that's another topic. But so, okay, get amongst it. Now, another expression I used is red herrings. I'm talking about a really great TV series called Broadchurch. Broadchurch is an English TV series. It's a crime series, or maybe you can call it a detective series. A detective series. So that means there are cops, policemen and women, and they are trying to solve a crime. So it's a drama. It's very intense. It's called Broadchurch, and you will hear English and Irish accents and Scottish, so you can practice listening to those accents. Anyway, it's one of my favorite TV series. And I said to Narelle in my conversation, I said, there are many red herrings in this series. Red herrings. Red herrings. What's a red herring? Well, actually, a herring is a fish. It's a type of fish. But it has another meaning. A red herring is something in a story that is distracting from the main plot. So what I mean is, in Broadchurch, somebody gets murdered, somebody is killed, and the detectives are trying to find the killer. But there are some red herrings. So these are things or people which take them in a different direction from the real killer. So we think maybe this person killed the guy, or maybe this person, you know, or some clues that are not correct, and they take us in a different direction. They distract us from the real killer. Otherwise, it would be too easy if we know who the killer is from the beginning, right? So we've had these different distractions, and maybe we think it's the teacher, maybe we think it's the priest, maybe we think it's the wife, but no, we find out near the end who the killer is. These are red herrings, and they are also in books, you know, especially crime or detective or mystery stories, and they take us in different directions. So yeah, that's a red herring. Now, another thing that Narelle said is, she said, I'm on the fence when it comes to horror. I'm on the fence. Do you know this expression? On the fence? What do you think? Tell me in the comment. What does it mean to be on the fence? Do you know this, Hang Lee or Roy? Hello? What does it mean? Oh, you don't. You don't know what it means. Anyone else knows what it means? To be on the fence? So, you know what a fence is? A fence, maybe you can check this in Google. A fence is a line which protects an area. You know, it can be in your front yard, in the front of your house. You have a fence, right? To keep the dogs in, or to keep the strangers out. You have a fence. So, no estoy en la entrada. Somebody says here in Spanish, I'm not in the driveway. Yeah, well, it's almost correct, Nivis. On the page is different, Roy. On the page means when you agree, you have the same idea, the same opinion. We are on the same page. Or are you on the page? Are you following? Are you listening? But to be on the fence means to be undecided. So you're sitting on the fence. You are not on this side. You are not on that side. You are in the middle. You don't know what you want to do. It means to be undecided. So to be on the fence means to be undecided or unsure. You don't make a decision. So for example, she says, I'm on the fence about horror. Okay, so horror movies and TV shows are the scary ones with lots of blood and killing. And that means she's not sure if she likes it or not. Maybe she does, maybe not. She's not sure. Sometimes she likes it, sometimes she doesn't. So what are you on the fence about? You might be on the fence about some political issue. So you can be on the right side or you can be on the left side in politics. Or you can be on the fence. It means you're not on either side, you're in the middle. So what am I on the fence about? Let's see, it can be about something to do with food. For example, I'm on the fence about Coca-Cola. I mean, sometimes I like to have it, sometimes not. What's another thing? I want to go to Africa next year, but I'm on the fence about it. I'm not sure yet. I'm a bit on the fence about it because maybe it might be dangerous, but I do want to go there. What about in TV shows and books? What are you on the fence about? For example, let me see. I'm on the fence about horror as well. I don't really, actually no, I don't like horror much, so I'm not on the fence. I don't like it. But I'm on the fence about some American comedies. You know, sometimes they're not so good. Sometimes they are good. How about you? What are you on the fence about? Maybe you can tell me about a TV type of series or film or books that you're on the fence about. Okay, so we're moving along. Keep watching, keep interacting. Let's talk about some other expressions. To be on the edge of your seat, when we're talking about movies in particular. To be on the edge of your seat. On the edge of your seat, what does it mean? The edge. So the edge is the end. You know, so I have a book here. This is the edge of the book. The edge. You know, the edge. Or the edge of the table here. So that means right at the end of your seat. So what do you think it means to be on the edge of your seat? On the edge of your seat. Can you guess? Tell me in the comments. For example, I watched a movie called Mother recently, and I was on the edge of my seat, the whole movie. What do you think, Roy? What do you think, Hang Lee? Anybody else? So it means I was really interested in the movie, and I did not stop watching. I did not lose my attention or lose focus. I did not lose focus. I continued to watch. You know, we can also say my eyes were glued to the screen. My eyes were glued to the screen. I was on the edge of the seat. I was on the edge of my seat through the whole movie. I was on the edge of my seat. And another word we can use to describe this kind of movie is gripping. 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 That movie was gripping. So gripping, to grip. Do you know the verb to grip? It means to hold something tight, to grip. So this water here, I grip the water and I hold it tight. So when something is gripping, it means it holds your attention. It holds your attention. Gripping means holds and keeps your attention. So you can say a movie or even a book is gripping. Usually we use it for movies and TV shows. It was gripping, a gripping movie. So I saw this movie here in London called Mother, and it was gripping. It was a very unusual movie, but it was gripping. Tell me about a movie that you saw recently that was gripping. Leave me a comment below. You can do this later when you watch the video later. What movie did you watch that is gripping, or TV series? Game of Thrones, House of Cards, you know, any of these ones. All right, so I'm just going to go for about 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes. And I'm going to talk a little bit about books, some expressions we can use to talk about books. So, just one moment. I have a book here. Actually, I have another. But anyway, this is a new book I bought about a writer that I like and a playwright. And but at the moment, I'm reading a really good book called Saturday by McEwan. Saturday by McEwan. So, but this is quite difficult. It might not be easy for low-level English learners. If you're a higher level, you could try it. There's a lot of difficult language in there. But anyway, it's I can say it's a page turner. It's a page turner. What do you think this means? It's a page turner. Can you guess this expression? It's a page turner. This book is a page turner. What do you think? Tell me in the comment. What does it mean? What does a page turner mean? Is it a good meaning or a bad meaning? So I'll wait for your comments. This book is a page turner. It was a real page turner. So I think the comments are coming through a little delayed. But anyway, a page turner means, yes, thank you, Roy. Great. Can't stop watching. Right. Well, we usually use it for books, right? So it means you can't stop reading it. You can't stop reading it. You have to turn the page turn. Page turn. We turn the page. We don't move the page. We don't switch the page. We turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page. So it's a page turner. That book is a real page turner. Are you reading a book at the moment? Do you know a book that is a page turner? Tell me the name of the book. Doesn't matter if it's in your language. Tell me the name of the book, a page turner book. Okay, so there are some expressions to talk about TV and film and books, a page turner. I'll give you one more about books. You can also say unputdownable. This is a word which we invented, really. So we say unputdownable. It's kind of a more modern word. That book is Unputdownable. So put down, you know the word put down? Put the book down. If you don't really like the book, you probably put it down, right? It's not a page turner. You put it down. So unput, you know when we put the prefix un, it means the opposite. Unputdownable, and able is a suffix which makes it an adjective. So unputdownable means you can't put it down. It's so good. You just can't put it down. So we say unputdownable. That book was unputdownable. So it's an adjective. Do you know any books that are unputdownable? Can't put it down. You can also just say, I couldn't put it down. I couldn't put it down. I couldn't put it down. Tell me about your favorite books. And okay, so before we finish, I wanted to talk about some good TV shows you can use to improve your English, and books, and how to use them for your English learning. So keep watching. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about how we can use films and TV shows. I have a little article about this, which is on my website, I think. Let me just find it here. Using movies and TV shows. So I will send you, you can find this on my website, but I will send this to you. So how do you use movies to improve your English? How can you make them useful? So one thing is, it's good to just use a TV show because it's shorter. So a simple short TV show that is maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour. And that's a good thing to do. Or if you like movies, you can do that too. So choose something you like, number one. Of course, that's maybe obvious, but find something you really like. Maybe a movie you have seen in your own language before, or a TV show you've seen in your own language. And watch it again in English, because this will make it a bit easier for you. Choose a film genre that you like. So that means comedy or horror, science fiction, drama. And then I suggest you watch it 3 times. This is a big task, I know. But if you're really serious about improving your English, try to watch it 3 times. So, take 1 week to do this. You don't have to do it at one time. So choose a really good film or TV show that you love and watch it 3 times. So, and the first time, you should use the English subtitles. Put the subtitles at the bottom and read and listen. Okay, use the English subtitles. Watch it all the way to the end. And you can maybe take some notes, if you like, on some words that are interesting for you, some new words that you want to learn. Take some notes. And then the second time, watch it again. And the second time, you just watch the first scene, the first part of the movie or TV show. The first scene, we call it a scene, which is the first interaction or the first part of the series or the movie. And so when you do this, you should try to shadow. Do you remember shadow or imitation? So you try to copy what the actors say. Try to copy them. Listen, you can pause, of course, if you have the computer there or TV, pause and repeat. Try to imitate the sounds that they use, the way they say it, the intonation. This is a great way to improve your English. And it's fun. So just choose a part of the movie or TV series that is about 2 or 3 minutes long and try to copy the actors and copy their pronunciation. So you can do this with movies and TV shows. You can also do this with my audio lessons and my dialogues and my online program, which is coming soon, My English fluency program is going to be perfect for this. So anyway, in the meantime, you can use movies and TV shows. And then the third time, watch the whole movie again with no subtitles. No subtitles. Actually, sorry, you can watch the scene again. Just watch that scene, that part, again with no subtitles. And again, try to copy. Try to copy it. Try to copy. And then you can watch the whole movie again with no subtitles and see how much more you can understand. Yeah? So there's 3 steps there. Pick a movie you like, watch it 3 times. So the first time with subtitles all the way. Second time, one scene and copy, do that twice. And then watch it all again with no subtitles, no text at the bottom. Okay, so that's a great way to use TV shows and movies to improve your English. And using books as well. I think reading is really important for the language, for improving your fluency. You can learn new vocabulary. You can start to understand the grammar and how the sentences are structured. So, what kind of books do you read for your English? Tell me a book you are reading. What book are you reading? Okay, we're nearly finished. I'll leave some suggestions here for some books. But I recommend you start with something simple and short, and maybe a children's book. Let me give you some names. One book is called Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. This is a children's book. I read it when I was younger, but it's really good. It's a great book. Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. And it's about a spider. And of course the animals talk to each other. It's about a farm with some animals. And Charlotte is a spider. And she becomes friends with a pig. So the pig and spider become friends. But it's a beautiful story. And it should be more simple for you to read. Another one is, another great book is Jonathan Livingston Seagull. This is quite a spiritual, metaphysical book. And it's more for adults as well. So, but it's quite simple. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. It's about a bird. It's quite a beautiful story. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. That's another one. Let me see. You tell me, in the meantime, tell me some books that you like. Another one, which I loved when I was younger, children's book, is called The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's a very famous book, which was made into a movie, actually, by C.S. Lewis, an English writer, and a very famous series of books. But this is a fantasy. It's a fantasy story, a fantasy about a little boy who goes into a wardrobe where the clothes are to run away from his sisters and brothers. And he discovers a secret door which goes into another world, a fantasy world where, you know, he meets a lion and he meets all these animals, and it's amazing. It's an amazing story. So I recommend that one. That's another great one. And yeah, if you would like something higher level, I can tell you about some of my favorite books. One of my favorite books is called A Thousand Splendid, I think it's called A Thousand Splendid Suns. Is that right? Yeah. Or The Kite Runner. This is by the same writer, a writer from Afghanistan. They are two beautiful books. Another great writer who I love is Ian McEwan, and he has a short book called, I think it's called At Chisel Beach. At Chisel Beach by Ian McEwan. And this is going to be made into a movie, or it is a movie which is coming out soon. I think that's how you spell his name, at Chisel Beach. It's just a short story. And so short stories are good. That's another one you can use for your English. Choose short stories. He also has a collection of short stories called First Love, Last Rites. That is a great selection of short stories which you can read for adults. Very interesting writer. So there we go. I've talked for 35 minutes and I hope you got some good information from this. Don't forget to go to my audio lesson called Talking About TV Shows. And you can listen to a conversation I have with my friend about this topic. And you can read the transcript and learn the language, learn the vocabulary. So just go to my website, realenglishspeaker.com, and you can find that lesson. The link is above. Tell me what you think. Send me an email if you have any questions. Just send me an email at info@realenglishspeaker.com. Say hi and ask me any questions or make some sentences, and I will help you practice your English. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Roy. No problem. So please share this video with your friends and leave a comment. I will also put this on my YouTube channel. So, hello again from London. I'm going to Paris next, and maybe I will do a live lesson from there. I will chat with a student of mine named Sophie. I haven't told her yet, so I have to ask her. But anyway, I will probably do a live lesson from Paris. And then I will be back in Australia next week to continue. So, have a great day, have a great night, and see you soon.